There is a very specific feeling that haunts the modern Western soul. It is not a sharp pain like a broken bone. It is not a sudden catastrophe. It is something far more subtle and far more dangerous. It is the feeling of arriving at the top of the mountain, looking out at the magnificent view you spent years climbing to see and feeling nothing, or perhaps worse than nothing. You feel a strange hollow wind blowing through the center of your chest. You stand in the corner office with the mahogany desk. You park the luxury car in the driveway of the house with the perfectly manicured lawn. You look at the numbers in your bank account, numbers that would have seemed like a fantasy to your grandfather. And yet the silence in your heart is deafening. You ask yourself the terrifying question that you are not allowed to say out loud at dinner parties. Is this what I traded my life for? We live in a culture that treats ambition as the highest virtue. From the moment you enter the school system, you are placed on a track. You are graded, ranked, and sorted. You are told that life is a ladder and the only direction that matters is up. You are told that contentment is a synonym for laziness and that satisfaction is the enemy of progress. You are sold a story, the great American story that says if you work hard, if you sacrifice your today for a better tomorrow, if you crush your goals and optimize your schedule and outwork the competition, you will eventually arrive at a place called success. And in that place you will finally be happy. You will finally be safe. You will finally be enough. But I am here to tell you that this story is a trap. It is a hamster wheel painted to look like a ladder. And the reason you are miserable is not because you haven't climbed high enough. It is because you are climbing a ladder that is leaning against the wrong wall. Let's look closely at the mechanism of ambition. What is it really? Ambition is the persistent belief that here is not good enough. It is the belief that you, as you are right now, are incomplete. It creates a psychological split in your mind. On one side, there is the reality of who you are, a breathing, living, feeling human being sitting in a chair. On the other side, there is the fantasy of who you should be, the richer, thinner, more famous, more powerful version of you in the future. Ambition stretches a tension wire between these 2 points, and you live your entire life walking on that tightrope, terrified of falling, eyes fixed on a horizon that recedes every time you take a step toward it. Consider the donkey and the carrot. You know the image. A rider sits on a donkey holding a long stick with a carrot dangling just inches in front of the donkey's nose. The donkey wants the carrot. The donkey is ambitious for the carrot. So the donkey runs. It runs with all its might. It sweats. It strains. It exhausts itself. But does it ever catch the carrot? No, because the carrot is attached to the donkey. The faster the donkey runs, the faster the carrot moves away. You are the donkey. The carrot is your next promotion. The carrot is the IPO. The carrot is the retirement fund. The carrot is the beach house. You run and run, fueled by the anxiety of almost there, never realizing that the mechanism of chasing is designed to prevent the catching. Because even if you get the carrot, even if you get the promotion, what happens? Do you stop running? Do you sit down in the meadow and enjoy the sun? No. For a day, maybe 2, you feel a hit of dopamine. You feel a brief relief. But then the rider, your ego, your conditioning, your culture, replaces the carrot with a bigger one. Okay, you made vice president, but look at the senior vice president. He has a private jet, and the running starts again. You have habituated yourself to the chase. You have trained your brain to be dissatisfied. You have become an addict to the future. This obsession with the future is the root of your misery. In our society, we treat the present moment like a waiting room. We are just killing time until the real event starts. We stand in line at the grocery store, scrolling through our phones mentally, already cooking dinner. We drive to work mentally, already in the morning meeting. We sit in the meeting mentally, already at the weekend. We are never where our bodies are. We are ghosts haunting our own lives. We sacrifice the actual substance of our existence, the taste of coffee, the sensation of water on skin, the sound of rain, the look in our child's eyes for a mental projection of a future that may never come. And if that future does come, you won't be there to enjoy it. You will be thinking about the next future. You are like a person who goes to a magnificent banquet but spends the entire meal reading the menu for tomorrow's breakfast. You are starving to death in the middle of a feast. Let's talk about the cost of this ambition. The price of admission to the club of high achievers. The cost is your connection to humanity and your connection to nature. Ambition is inherently isolating. To win the race, you have to view others as competitors. Even your friends become benchmarks against which you measure your own net worth. You go to dinner, and instead of connecting soul to soul, you are subtly scanning the room. Who is important here? Who can help me? Who is doing better than me? You wear a mask of competence and success because you are terrified that if you show your vulnerability, if you show your tiredness, you will lose your spot in the hierarchy. So you build walls. You buy the big house in the suburbs with the high fence. You separate yourself from the noise and the mess of the world. But in doing so, you separate yourself from the lifeblood of the world. You sit in your air-conditioned box, driving your air-conditioned car to your air-conditioned office, and you wonder why you feel so cold. You wonder why you feel so lonely. You are lonely because you have climbed above the ecosystem. You have made yourself into a statue on a pedestal, impressive to look at, but stone-cold and unable to dance. Look at the natural world. This is the great corrective to our insanity. Does an oak tree have ambition? Does it wake up in the morning stressed because it isn't a redwood yet? Does it hurry to grow its leaves faster than the elm tree next door? Does it worry that it hasn't produced enough acorns this quarter? No. The tree simply is. It follows the rhythm of the seasons. It grows when the sun shines. It rests when the snow falls. It has no concept of better. It has no concept of future. And yet look at it. It is magnificent. It provides shade. It holds the earth. It shelters the birds. It accomplishes everything without trying to accomplish anything. Or look at a river. The river wants to reach the ocean. But does it try to run in a straight line? Does it blast through the mountains with dynamite? No. It flows. It goes around obstacles. It follows the path of least resistance. It yields to gravity. And by yielding, it becomes unstoppable. It reaches the ocean not by effort, but by surrender. You, my friend, are trying to blast through the mountains. You are trying to force the river of your life to run straight and fast. You call this grit. You call this determination. I call it violence. You are committing violence against your own nature. You are constantly overriding your body's signals. Your body says rest, and your ambition says caffeine. Your heart says connect, and your ambition says network. Your soul says create, and your ambition says produce. You are at war with yourself, and a house divided against itself cannot stand. This is why you are on Xanax. This is why you drink 3 glasses of wine every night to shut off your brain. This is why you have ulcers and high blood pressure and panic attacks at 3 a.m. Your biology is screaming at you to stop, but your ideology is whipping you to keep going. The irony, the great cosmic joke, is that your ambition is actually keeping you from getting what you really want. What do you really want? If you dig down beneath the desire for the money, the status, the fame, what is at the bottom? You want to feel good? You want to feel safe? You want to feel free? You want to feel alive. You think the ambition is the vehicle to get those feelings, but ambition blocks those feelings. There is a law in the universe called the backwards law. It states that the more you try to grab something, the more it slips away. If you try to float in water, you have to relax. If you try hard to float, if you tense your muscles and thrash around, you will sink. Ambition is thrashing. You are trying so hard to be somebody that you cannot be yourself. You are trying so hard to be happy that you are making yourself miserable. Think about the people you are most drawn to. Think about the people who have real charisma, real magnetism. Are they the frantic climbers? Are they the ones checking their watches and scanning the room? No. They are the people who are comfortable in their own skin. They are the people who seem to have nowhere else to go. They are present. They are listening. They are not trying to prove anything. They have a kind of royal ease about them. This is true power. Power is not having 1 million people follow you on Instagram. Power is sitting in a chair, drinking a cup of tea, and being completely content with the fact that you are sitting in a chair drinking a cup of tea. When you let go of ambition, you do not become a vegetable. You do not become a bum. This is the great fear of the American mind. We think that without the whip of anxiety, we will just lie on the couch and eat potato chips until we die. But that is not true. When you let go of neurotic ambition, you make space for something far more powerful. Inspiration, play, curiosity, love. A child does not play because they have a KPI to meet. A child plays because it is their nature to play. A musician does not play the piano to get to the end of the song. They play to enjoy the music. When you work from a place of play, when you work from a place of wholeness rather than a place of lack, your work becomes better. It becomes effortless. You enter the state of flow. You might actually end up achieving more, but you won't care as much. The outcome won't define you. You will be playing the game instead of the game playing you. So how do we step off this treadmill? How do we break the spell of the hungry ghost? It starts with a radical act of acceptance. It starts with realizing that you are already there. You have already arrived. The universe has been working for billions of years, exploding stars, cooling planets, evolving oceans, growing forests, just to create this moment right here where you are sitting and breathing. You are the culmination of the entire cosmic dance. You do not need to add anything to yourself to be worthy. You do not need to earn your right to exist. The idea that you need to become something is a lie sold to you by people who want to turn your insecurity into their profit. Stop measuring your life with the yardstick of the marketplace. Your worth is not your net worth. Your value is not your productivity. You are not a human doing, you are a human being. Try this experiment, just for today. Give yourself permission to have no ambition. Give yourself permission to be exactly who you are with exactly what you have. Look at your life not as a fixer-upper project, but as a garden to be watered. When you sit down to work, do the work for the love of the work, not for the reward it will bring. When you are with your family, be with your family, not with your anxieties about tomorrow. You will find that when you stop leaning forward into the future, you settle back into the present. And in the present there is a richness that no amount of money can buy. There is the richness of attention. There is the richness of peace. There is the richness of simply being alive on a Tuesday afternoon, watching the light filter through the trees and realizing that you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to be anyone else. The ladder you have been climbing, it doesn't lead to heaven. It leads to a lonely roof. Climb down. Come back to the earth. Come back to the ground. Take off your shoes. Feel the grass. The earth has been waiting for you to come back. It has been waiting for you to stop trying to conquer it and start enjoying it. You are not a machine designed for endless output. You are a mystery designed for endless experience. The only thing you are truly running out of is not money and not status. It is time. Not the time on the clock, but the time of your life, the moments. Don't trade any more of them for a promise that turns to ash in your mouth. You are free. You have always been free. You just need to realize that the door to the cage was never locked. You built the cage yourself out of your own expectations. Step out. The air is fresh. The sun is warm. And there is absolutely nothing you need to do except breathe it in. This is the secret. The journey is not to the top. The journey is to the center. And you are already there.